And sitting right next to you, we have the epitome of Afro-Cuban percussion. This is the only percussionist that I have ever worked with in my life that has an instrument for every occasion. If you need a triangle, he knows how to hit it exactly 5 times at the right interval in a 20-minute piece. If you need a weirdo, he can give you anything that he wants. And it's a pleasure playing with him. Between he and Richard, they laid a foundation that drives all of us to do our best through the energy that they give us, which is something that you will be experiencing firsthand just as soon as we come to your country. So, Shondu.
Yes, Frank.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Frank, I don't know. My mother used to tell me that at a very tender age, I was beating on stuff around the house. I never knew, but she would tell me that she brought me my first pair of bongos when I was 5 or 6 years old. Mm-hmm. That I don't remember, but I do remember that when she brought my first pair of bongos that I remember at J.L. Hudson's, man. And I lost them, man, like I was a kid at the 20 grand, at the Gold Room, man. I was about 15, 16 down there, sitting around just playing, man. And since that time, like, I took my eyes away, walked away or something like that. I haven't lost anything like that again, not where I was unattentive to my acts. But as it has been said before during these interviews that I was listening to, man, with the guys, it's just, music is such an integral part of my fiber, man. I love it. I love playing music. I love recording. I love being in the studio. I love being on the road. I really enjoy being on the road. I just love to play music. I love to play music, man. I love to be a part of the music being played, And it really is, as it's been said quite a few times by everyone else, that playing with these guys, it's on the one, man. Like you said about the horn section, like you said about the guitar section, man. It's really a treat. I play with a lot of people, And it was like you said, man, it's be about those egos and stuff, man. It's not about the pocket. They say it's about the pocket. But like you said, who can play the fastest licks? Who can play the most? Who can play everything they know within 3 seconds?
Right.
Yeah, we've been there. We didn't like it.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, but you got a real live aggregation, man. The horns, like you said, man. Doing rehearsals, some of that stuff. Them head charts, man, just bang on. Just bang on. Man. I play with all kind of horn sections, man. I played with a band, man. David I and the David I Orchestra when I was living in Los Angeles. 21 horns.
Wow.
It was like a practice gig, If you showed up, he'd have the charts, keep the chops up. But Pepper Adams, I played with all of them.
Oh, you played with Pepper Adams?
In those situations,
Wow.
A lot of guys, man. Some guys I never even mentioned, Louis Belson and all those guys.
Gee, you're naming some heavy hitters.
Yeah, I was impressed at the time,
legendary hitters.
But yeah.
My goodness.
Like when I was saying, when I was out there in Los Angeles, it was all right. But them cats weren't Detroit cats. Detroit cats got a different mindset, a different flavor, a different groove.
I know one thing, and I've talked to just about everybody else that I have worked with, fellow musicians that have been everywhere, and we all came to the same conclusion. No matter where we go, even when we leave the country, people know we're from Detroit.
That's a fact, man. When they know you from Detroit, dude, you get your props.
You sure do.
Immediately.
Yeah.
You from Detroit? Yeah, dude.
I remember when my wife Squeaky and I went to the Bahamas in 1994. I played with a group in the street. These cats were just playing. And I asked one of the guys, I said, can I see the bass? Can I play the bass? He said, sure, man, here, you know. And I started playing some Motown licks. And those guys were fascinated. The guy playing guitar said, I know you're from Detroit. He said, I know you're from Detroit. He said, you know, Mom, you don't even have to tell me. I know you're from Detroit, you know. And that's the kind of a reputation that we have. We don't boast about ourselves, but we let our music do the talking for us. And everybody the world over knows when they hear any of us play, they know where you're from. These people in Europe, they study us. They study our sounds. You can put a blindfold on them. They can tell you if the cat is from Philadelphia, or if he's from Memphis, or if he's from Newark, New Jersey. They know. They know. You know.
Yeah.
And I am so proud to be a historical, integral part of the Detroit music scene, and to have come up with you guys through all of this. And this, in my opinion, this is the most balanced group that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, I'll go for that. I played with a lot of groups, man. I played with a lot of killer groups, bands that I really enjoyed playing with, man. The Gap Band, when I was with those guys, and Rick. But back when we were playing here in the bars with Thomas and them guys, man, that was another thing, man, because I didn't even start studio. I was with Thomas and Chuck Boyd and those guys, man. And we got with Barrett and started doing a lot of work. For me, a great deal of studio work. And that's how I cut my studio chops with those guys, man. Yeah. The Detroit Emeralds, everybody, man.
Yeah, it was like we were talking earlier, if we started naming each one of us, we got 10 pieces in this group. If we started naming everybody that we work with, we'd be sitting up here for like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't even have a chance to have a meal or go to sleep or do nothing else. We just sit up here and rattle off names. But of all the people we played with, nothing has given me the biggest thrill as us being together.
You're right, Frank, you really are. It is, feels like old times.
Yes, it is. Old times that we're getting ready to take to the whole world.
Man, it's so much fun, man, just hearing that pocket.
Yes.
Richard knows his stuff, man.
He's a pocket drummer.
No.
And it's very unusual for a vocalist to be a pocket drummer, because there are drummers who sing, but they are not pocket drummers. Right. And then you got singers who play drums, but they're not pocket drummers. You know, so
Richard can sing.
Oh yeah,
he really can, man. I have a lot of admiration for you, Richard.
And not only that, but your
he taught me everything I know.
Your timing is meticulous.
Yes, it is.
Your timing is meticulous. We play with guys who speed up, guys who slow down, and I mean, I'm not gonna name names because people know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are no longer with us, some of them are still around, but thanks to your expert craftsmanship, you give all the rest of us the foundation that we need to go ahead and do our best. Each one of you guys gives something to this group, you know, that's irreplaceable. You know, and I am extremely gratified. And like I said, we want to go ahead and present our project to the world. I know since we were handpicked and we were trained by the Funk Brothers to be their successors, but what we have done and embodied has been so much greater than just Motown.
Yes.
You know, that's why we have our own identity, and that's why, although we still give Motown the recognition for helping to foster us and to be a part of Motown, we have done so many things with other people, not just here in the United States, but the world over. And all of this has gone into the experience to make us who and what we are, which is the Detroit Historic Musicians Association. And remember, the late Joe Hunter and Joe Wheatle sanctioned this name before they passed. So it was fine with them, it's fine with us. And the best way we can honor their memory is by continuing to be the best that we can be. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
No other way.
No other way.
Can't be who we are not.
No. And Richard, Shondu, I want to thank you both for the input that you put into this group. And we would never consider doing it without you. It'd be just like cutting off my right arm, you know. And it would take me back to Richard Kimball and the One-Armed Man, you know. So we're not going to go that far back, but I'm gratified to have you guys with us. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here on the program.
Thank you for being you.
Yes, Frank.
Hey,
and all the memories.
Hey,
Okay.
anytime.
All the memories.
Anytime.
All right.
And this has been Francisco Frank Garcia, president and founder of the Original Historical Music Society of Detroit, saying thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we have given you some knowledge. We hope that you will get something from the history that we've given to you. Thank you for allowing us to come into your homes, into your lives, into your minds, and into your hearts. I want to thank my beautiful, beautiful camera person, my lovely wife, who has been filming all of this. She is an expert videographer. She's certified in 4 areas, and I would never dream of doing anything without her. Thank you, Squeak. I love you very much. And it's been my pleasure to be with you. And until next time, this is your host, Francisco Frank Garcia, saying,